The following may contain language and subject matter which is not appropriate for all audiences. Hello, everyone. Thank you once again for joining us here on the Low Fact Podcast, Dumb, Dumber, and Dumberer. Sitting here being dumberest. So anyway, I will once again put it to the group to see if you knuckleheads have anything to talk about today. And the answer is no, as usual.
I was going to talk about how much I like water.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Water?
All right, so save us, Dave, due to our lack of preparation.
There is no preparation. But anyway, so I was thinking, you know how the whole college thing, because I saw that stupid online college thing with the equally distributing talent but not equally distributing opportunities, that just made me cringe. But then I thought about it.
Okay.
And I thought about the other stuff, a lot of the other stuff, and I think about how, like, supposedly the powers that be are trying to raise everyone up, you know, so that everybody can go to college, or saying that they can and all that stuff. Which made me think, if you try to raise everyone up, I mean, there's kind of a finite level of ability and intellect and whatever in folks.
Limitations.
Natural limits to a person's, any person's. And would you both agree that those limitations are different for different folks? I mean, there's probably some similarities there, but, you know, people have their own strengths and, you know, and weaknesses and whatnot.
Yeah, I definitely agree with it. Everyone's got a speciality in what they
And
do.
so if you're trying to raise everyone up in a certain area, like everyone's going to go to get a certain level of education, like college, does that necessarily mean that you would have to lower standards?
Aren't they doing that now in the educational system?
That is my premise. But
Not
there
based
are
on any research, right?
I'm winging it. I'm assuming that.
well, there's that one statistic, right? The Common Core kids are the lowest performing high school kids.
Mm-hmm.
The graduation rates from colleges are higher than they were when I went to college. But the proficiency, like high school proficiency, of the people going and graduating from college now are lower than when I went to college in high school. So, you know, there are some people that say, well, that's just, you know, because times change, because, you know, as times go on, people are achieve less or not as good. You know, like the teachers always saying, oh, you guys aren't as good as last year's kids.
I heard that many years in my life.
Yeah, I heard that every year, right? You're not as good as last year's kids. I'm like, well, screw you too.
It's like, all right, well then, fuck, why should I even try?
But I wondered about that. Like, if you're trying to raise everybody up, like, for instance, for college or high school or whatever, and ensure that everybody's graduating from these institutions, do you have to lower the standards to do it?
If you want to do it in a lazy, easy way, yeah. You could take the time to actually improve the programs and improve the educational or whatever thing you're doing.
But
if you just lower the standards, you know, you don't have to really improve anything.
well, what you're saying though is if you try to increase the quality of the education, that's kind of assuming that everybody can pass.
Yeah, I would assume that.
Right?
I think the whole, like, making sure everyone passes is kind of a bullshit thing. If someone fails, let them fail. The safety net doesn't really... I don't know. I don't like the idea of a safety net because life doesn't work like that.
That kind of runs counter with your professed political...
Yeah,
That, though.
It turns out I'm a complex human being.
Why? Because you contradict yourself?
Yes, a lot.
That's not complex.
Oh shit! If only we had video. That lucky, just like the exchange. That would have been worth recording video.
That's
just
not
for that.
complex, Andrew.
Contradicting is complex because I have no idea what I'm thinking.
That's not complex.
Me neither. I'm with you on that.
See? We agree that we don't agree.
This is not a democracy.
It's a democracy.
It's a democracy.
Hey, there you go. I like that.
Hey, you profounded it by Dumb and Dumber. so this is on you.
Yeah, well, way to toe the line, boys.
That just reminds me of the end of Dumb and Dumber. We need a couple of boys to
to do body massages on us. You're gonna meet them right.
play.
You guys would make superb infantrymen.
Really?
I'm a frontline guy all day. That's good. That's all I could do. Oh man. But yeah, I just think lower the standards is easier way to deal with the situation.
What if it's the only way to deal with the situation?
Well, I can't think of any other way. So,
Well, no, like,
at this point, it is the only.
What if it is? What if it is the only way? I mean, considering if you consider everybody's got different abilities mentally, and the only way to ensure that everybody passes is to make it easy enough for your dumbest person to pass.
Well, then that makes the whole program useless, or it makes it worth less.
No, then you get a situation where, like, basically, then there's no point trying to excel. Because everything's going to doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, that's true, but and you're right. It doesn't matter because if you do achieve something, then you're going to consider yourself excellent anyway.
Well,
yeah?
If you achieve
Yes.
something.
How many people have gotten to where they are saying, "Yeah, it was dumb freaking luck I got here"? No, everybody's like, "I worked hard. I applied myself. I put my nose to the grindstone. I was sitting there out doing junk when everybody was at home sleeping. I was meeting people, doing this, blah, 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 blah." How many doctors you met that sit there and go, "Yeah, man, I cheated my fucking way through high school, college, and med school. During residency, I had somebody doing my work for me."
I never want to meet a doctor that says that. All right, time for surgery.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I got a hot wife and I'm earning, like, shit tons of money.
Bloomberg, Steyer, Donald Trump, El Presidente, every one of them. Yeah, I worked really hard. I was really smart. I applied myself, and I made something happen.
That's their
That's
go-to
everybody
words.
who's successful.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So,
Actors, doesn't matter.
so really, I guess it doesn't matter. If you get the success, then you can just say you did all that junk.
True.
But I think standards matter. Standards matter because...
Standards only matter if it's meaningful.
But I think by taking away standards, you're basically saying, I don't care about standards.
Well, if you take away standards, what you're really saying is that it's not that important.
It's kind of important if somebody's like a surgeon.
Maybe,
or
maybe
an
not.
airplane pilot.
Maybe. Have you seen some of those guys? And
pilots?
gals? Yeah. The plane pretty much does it itself.
I couldn't fly a plane.
Yeah, unfortunately, you probably could.
That sounds fucking terrifying.
It's
Like
really...
a captain speaking, Matt. Oi, whatever New Zealand people say.
G'day.
I mean, fucking terrified. It's like,
G'day, mates.
It's-
Hi, my name's Matt Cooper. I'll be flying you into Hong Kong today.
We're going to LA, asshole.
Oops. So, anyway,
So you guys wouldn't want me, if you were flying in a plane, you wouldn't want me being the pilot?
not if it was in an emergency situation.
Co-pilot at the most.
If it was like airplane and everything was going wrong, no, I wouldn't want you behind the yoke. If it was a nice easy flight, take off, land, no problem, then yeah, you're good. You're golden.
Sorry to mean your golden wings.
Well, thank you very much for listening. Now that Mateus over here is a little unhappy.
Flustered.
Cunts.
Thank you for listening to the Low Fact Podcast. Find us on Stitcher and iTunes. Just search Low Fact Podcast. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Low Fact Podcast. Send us an email at lowfactpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on YouTube. Search Low Fact. All the links can be found in our About. Also, look for my music on IG and Twitter at AFantasyB.